Welcome back. Welcome back. So, whenever I was talking in the previous episode, we talked about like the retiree version of protecting assets, the mom and pop both working two jobs between the both of them. That's sort of a different insurance asset protection process. And then for your business, if you're a business owner, this is a completely different world. So you as the business owner, you're going to be really relying on the insurance professional to come to the table with a well-established risk management plan, not just for you individually, but also for your business. So, and that just depends on what kind of business you're running. Do you have 12, 30, 20, 50 different vehicles on the roads? Is it just you and your son that's working a small shop and it's just y'all's two? There's different ways to structure your business. Insurance, you need to have the conversation specifically with them. And ultimately, if you start to get the vibe that they're coming to the table with very little recommendations, odds are you found yourself working with an insurance professional that doesn't have a niche of only business owners, or let's just say the majority of their business is auto insurance only, specifically for non-business owners, and they don't do business insurance at all. So you as the consumer have to figure out what insurance professional do I need to work with, and then determine, are you getting the right recommendations? That's something that you have to figure out. So I try to help advise on the different financial industry professions, because I've been in a lot of them. I've seen how they work behind the scenes, and so that really helps me out whenever it comes to managing the whole financial planning process. But you as the business owner, you gotta figure this out, and just think of it like an order of operations. How are you going to protect your business? How are you going to protect your payroll? How are you going to protect the opportunity to go out and get loans if you need it? Well, you're going to do that by having a good business credit score. And so while it's not a policy by itself, you need to make sure you got good business credit along with your personal credit. If you've got autos that you're running through your business, you need to make sure that you've got good coverage on your auto. There's also different ways that you can do this as far as titling your business vehicles in like a LLC, and there's pros and cons to that. You need to speak specifically with either your legal advisor or also your insurance professional, but there's different ways to do it. So asset protection really is more about sort of approaching it from a insurance perspective, but also a legal perspective. So maybe you've got a business owner, they call them BOP, but business owner policies, group policies if you have employees that you're providing health insurance for, or a group disability insurance for. Maybe you've got workers' comp because you're required to have workers' comp. And then there's a couple of different little subcategories. Let's just say professional liability, cyber insurance, directors and omissions insurance, and this could even be applicable for something like a nonprofit. But ultimately, we're protecting your business. I do advise a little bit on business-related asset protection and risk management, and it's so many different moving parts. It's not one of my favorite areas to cover, but I do give out a lot of advice on that. So protecting yourself through general liability, commercial auto, professional liability, workers' comp, D&O, cyber, events, miscellaneous, giving your employees good group policies, and ultimately keeping your business credit score in a solid position. If you did a lot of these, and this would it would require you to go out and work with either an attorney that can provide legal advice, as well as the insurance advisor to provide insurance advice. But if you did this strategy right here, you'd come out pretty solid overall. Not specific advice, but these are areas that you definitely should look into and look to protect yourself. So you as the business owner, it's not just using the business to fund your household. You're using that business to fund a lot of other of your employees' households. Give them the best that you can possibly get. And ultimately, if you want to have a conversation about what that looks like as far as group benefits for your employees, then reach out. We can have that conversation. But this is part of the financial planning process. Specifically, step 3 is the asset protection step inside of the Wealth Steps Order of Operations. So quick episode. We'll see you on the next one.